The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Madrid have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time...
Shoot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. This is a promising build-up. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba's starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out from the back, and he's shown to be very confident and comfortable on the ball when it comes to moving it forward. He'll see a lot of the ball, and sometimes he'll go direct from back to front.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Diouf. Conte. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Beckenbauer lays it forward. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And that is expertly dealt with. Deftly away. And this is Kante. And that's really well manoeuvred. Lovely feet. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who... It's Gerrard! Oh, didn't catch it right.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Neymar picks it up out wide. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Dani Olmo. Mbappe charging forward, the ball at his feet. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Shevchenko. He's got away. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Just eases him off the ball. Diouf going about things with real menace. Nicely weighted ball. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Mbappe. Lovely, takes a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Pau Kubasi can clear it away. Spread out to the left.
Madrid definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy. And the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Madrid certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Saliba. Throw in. Ah, good steal. He just read it. Diouf. Kante gets a foot in here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, he could easily have slipped that to his right.
And a chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Gerrard. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Neymar! Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Well, that has not gone well. Shevchenko chasing after it. That is Conte.
Madrid have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Mbappe looking for the run. He won't be happy with that one. Neymar, and the finish! What a wonderful goal!
That couldn't have been a more potent injection of belief for this team. Top man, top drawer. Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. And Shevchenko! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Good read, needed to be. Mbappe. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, that's clever. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Mbappe clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Now he's off and running.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Conte looking for a runner. Saliba cuts it out. Dani Olmo aimed beyond the defence. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Madrid clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always
shot a goal! And he's stuck it away! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. So that's got things underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, the inclusion of this fella, Mickey van de Ven, is probably an indication that the boss wants to play out from the back. I mean, we all...
It's Kane! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Now it's Torres. And there's an early warning shot across the bow.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
And that has been knocked clear. Elect Bullet! Oh, split-second reaction.
Bullet is offering a wry smile there.
Merino short changes him with that pass. Conte tries to pass it through, and that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Caicedo. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
And you can see how the direct approach can work really well. Get yourself on the ball and give it a try.
Looking for the run. Gerrard wants to run onto this. It's run loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. And again! They've scored! It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Merino. Passing is crisp and sharp, and it's Merino. Manchester United are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball.
He's having a hit! Off the post! Gerrard. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Threads one in. That's an excellent interception. Now it's Kane. And he's quick to return it. Now it's Torres. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Merino. This is a promising build-up. Nicely weighted ball. He's having a pop! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
It's a good ball out wide. Merino. And here's Kane. Can he get it through? Bullet is always looking to break lines. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Messi. Chance! Guardiola. Now Costa Curta.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Hullet. Son Heung-min. Not the most accurate pass. Conte. And here's Torres. Van der Ven does really well to win the ball there. Son Heung-min. Just past the 40th minute mark. Frimpong. Aimed beyond the defence. Cleared without hesitation.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Guardiola. Now, can they get him away? Well, that's beautiful. Big chance! And he couldn't finish.
A wonderful ball to play him in like that. Great pace, into feet, nearly superb.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, that's a key interception. Played out towards the right wing. And that is the end of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
On the evidence of what we've seen, there weren't their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So right back into the action.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Oh, shooting chance! Conte, the man synonymous with solidity. And it's Son Heung-min. Guardiola. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with... And Messi! And that is high.
Unsurprisingly, he's been quick to apologise. If you lean backwards, the results are normally high and wide.
And here's Kane. And that's been won straight back. And here's Kane. Messi. Messi! No, just over.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Gerrard. No, that's been intercepted. Caicedo. And here's Mbappe.
Mbappe really was well...
Real chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
And this is Torres. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Torres showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Played out wide. Frimpong crosses.
The attendance
Conte.
for this match was
That's a little off target.
72,306.
Son Heung-min running with intent. Mbappe! And it's claimed by the keeper.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Out towards the flank. And here's Mbappe. And it's Caicedo. And here's Messi. And Messi! And he hits the net. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Manchester United restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Oh, that's well spotted. And here's Hullet. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Knocks it into space. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. It's their second corner of the game. And the shot! Well, that is remarkable.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Frimpong. Messi. Frimpong. Just about up to 75 minutes. And here's Mbappe. Messi. Conte. Mbappe.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Mbappe. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That has ended up in no man's land. Caicedo. Now it's Kane. He's having a shot! Goal! Manchester United! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Rice. Oh, important interception. Neymar. And the shot! So, third corner of the game. And he gets rid in a hurry. And now a sudden chance to counter. Great vision. Shevchenko. Son Heung-min. Manchester United clearly now in lead preservation mode. And it's Kane. Looking to play him in. Kane.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Mbappe! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Mbappe has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Kane! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Kane really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Kukçu. And he plays one through. He's picked his way through. And that is that. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. The Signal Iduna Park, located in Dortmund. It really is a tremendous arena. Well, we're on the way. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I really like the look of this guy, Federico Di Marco. He reminds me all the time of a frustrated winger. That position didn't quite work out for him, and now, as a fullback, he can't resist any opportunity to get forward and assist with what's going on up front. He really does add an extra dimension to this attack.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Berbatov. Now, what about a counter-attack? And it's Berbatov. Played back into the centre. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Hullet. Oh, he's bustling through here.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
He has found the way through. He's having a hit! Oh, it's hit the post! Dumfries. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
DiMarco. First quarter of an hour gone. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Griezmann! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Lyon with the corner, there first. And now they can spring out of defence. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Griezmann. He'll try from distance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Berbatov is offering a wry smile there.
Lyon have their second corner now. Decent chance! Sharp and fitting, but not quite.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Bullets going forward. Oh, just a keeper now. And Shevchenko! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Aimed beyond the defence. Taken back almost at once. Now it's Ibrahimovic, and here's Messi. Dumfries.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Hullet is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Takes a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Griezmann really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Gerrard. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, good-looking ball. And here's Ibrahimovic. Knocks it into space. Lyon are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Now it's Gerrard. He is just caressing the ball. And he's heaved it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's And this is Griezmann. Well read, and the danger is averted. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Looks to the other side. And that has left him in a heap. Silvestre gets a foot in here. Bullet. Barella. Berbatov. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So neither side yet off the mark.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. So the first half brought no goals. Messi. And here's Berbatov. It's a promising position. Oh, good effort! And he's done it!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace.
Oh, what's he done? And he's decided to go for it. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
This looks promising. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Space for him to turn and look.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Now it's Mbappe, and he is dashing away. Pass is just off target.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Pass somewhat off target. Messi. And here's Griezmann. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Now that looks a decent ball. Now that's well seen too. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Time and again they are repelled. Nicely weighted ball. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
It's a searching pass.
Well, at least they acknowledge the effort.
Substitution for Lyon, number 4.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Yeah, it's pretty clear the manager's not been getting what he wants out of his players, so a substitution was going to come. I think it could have been sooner.
Good take, and is he in?
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Ibrahimovic, and the shot! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that.